Summerfield, Florida, April 17, 2011. A quiet Sunday evening in this small community in Marion County, just south of Ocala. What began as a supposed meeting between teenagers would end in one of the most shocking murders in Florida history. 15-year-old Seath Jackson thought he was going to see someone he once cared about. Instead, he walked into a planned ambush that would cost him his life. 6 teenagers would be arrested for his murder, including his ex-girlfriend, who lured him to his death. This is the story of Seath Jackson and Amber Wright. Seath Tyler Jackson was 15 years old and a student at Belleview High School in Marion County. He lived with his mother, Sonia Jackson, and was described by those who knew him as a typical teenager, friendly, outgoing, and well-liked by his peers. Seath had recently ended a tumultuous relationship with 15-year-old Amber Wright, a fellow student. Friends described the relationship as on and off, marked by typical teenage drama and arguments. After the breakup, Amber had begun dating 18-year-old Michael Bargo, who reportedly harbored intense animosity towards Seath. On that April evening, Seath had no idea that his ex-girlfriend would be the one to lure him to his death. In the days leading up to April 17, 2011, a plan was taking shape among a group of teenagers. According to court testimony and evidence presented at trial, Michael Bargo allegedly orchestrated a plot to kill Seath Jackson, driven by jealousy over Amber's previous relationship. The group involved in the planning included Michael Bargo, 18, Amber Wright, 15, Kyle Hooper, 16, Charlie Ellie, 18, and Justin Soto, 20. A 6th person, James Havens III, would later be implicated for his role after the murder. The plan relied on Amber's ability to convince Seath to come to Charlie's house. According to testimony, Amber sent text messages to Seath suggesting they could talk and possibly reconcile. Seath, still harboring feelings for his ex-girlfriend, agreed to come over. What Seath didn't know was that the others were waiting for him. According to evidence presented at trial, the group had prepared weapons and discussed how they would carry out the attack. On the evening of April 17, 2011, around 8 p.m., Seath Jackson arrived at Charlie's house. According to court testimony, when Seath entered the house, Michael Bargo immediately attacked him. Prosecutors stated that Seath was shot, beaten with a wooden object, and ultimately killed by the group. Kyle Hooper later testified that after Seath was killed, the group placed his body in a sleeping bag. Attempts were made to dismember the body, and it was then placed in a fire pit behind the house and burned. Paint cans were added to intensify the flames. The following day, according to testimony, the remains were packed in buckets and disposed of in a lime rock pit in the area. When Seath failed to return home that night, his mother Sonia Jackson became concerned. On April 18th, she reported him missing to Marion County Sheriff's Office. Investigators quickly learned about his relationship with Amber Wright and the tension with Michael Bargo. Tips led them to Charlie Ellie's house, where they discovered evidence of the crime. Behind the house, investigators found a fire pit with human remains. During the investigation, detectives interviewed the teenagers involved, and the full extent of what had happened began to emerge.
You called him, you walked up the street to meet him, you brought him back to the house knowing that that was the plan, correct? Did you participate in cleaning up? Where'd the bleach come from? Who bought the bleach?
I really don't know who bought the bleach, but I promise I don't know who bought the bleach. I just know the bleach was handed to Roach, and he dumped it.
Who handed Roach the bleach?
Mike did.
Okay.
And it was dumped all in the kitchen, and Roach was on his hands and knees scrubbing it all out.
Did you scrub anything with the bleach?
The door.
You scrubbed the door? What door?
The screen door that's like on the inside of the regular house door.
Okay.
Because there was like a couple spots on it.
Did you scrub the bathroom?
No, ma'am. I didn't walk in the bathroom at any point in time.
Did you hear shots while they were putting stuff in the bathroom?
I heard one.
Just one?
Just one.
So you're trying to tell me that the shots were after they got him back in the house, that they shot it, Mike shot him again in the kitchen or in the bathroom?
I know they shot him when Mike first came out. They shot him then, and he got out the door. and they grabbed him and like just let it off.
Who grabbed him when he got out the door?
Roach had his shirt,
Okay.
and I was against the counter because I didn't want to be in it.
You didn't want to be in it?
No, like.
Are you out of your mind, girl? You're just sitting here telling me you just planned a murder. You took part in it. Now you're gonna tell me the little flower that you are stood up against the counter because you didn't want to be
No,
in it?
like I didn't want to get caught in the fire. Like.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that it was just he just didn't want to get shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
when
understand
they grabbed him, they pulled him back up, and Roach fell down the stairs, and he hurt his legs. So Kyle and Mike pulled him up the stairs, and they got him in the.
Was he saying anything at that time? What was Seth saying?
He wasn't talking.
Was he breathing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't really see him once they got out the door, and they dragged him in, and I went to the room because I didn't want to see it, and all I heard in the room was more gunfires going off in the living room, and then Roach, and Mike took him to the bathroom, and I heard one more gunshot, and then all I hear is Mike yelling at him, just start cursing.
What was he saying?
He emptied his pockets, I guess, and he found condoms. He was like, "You're planning on effing Amber, and you deserve this, and you got what was coming to you," and me and Charlie stayed in the room.
Where's Seth's body now?
They wouldn't let me see it. Mike told me that, me and Kyle, that he was going to take it to the quarry in Lakeland.
In Lakeland?
Not Lakeland, in Gander Mountain. And he was going to drop it there.
What did he put the body in?
It was a paint bucket.
How did he get the body in the paint bucket? What did he do to the body first?
He said he was going to burn it.
Did you see a fire?
Yeah.
Did you put some wood on that fire to help get it hot? Did you take any of Mike's stuff or Seth's stuff and put it in that fire?
No, ma'am.
Did you see them put Seth in the fire?
No, ma'am. I didn't see them put him in the fire.
When's the last time you saw Seth?
When he was laying on the kitchen floor.
Okay, and then you didn't ever see his body again?
No,
Did you see them put him in a sleeping bag? Did you ever see the sleeping bag?
no, ma'am.
You told me about the sleeping bag that was on the kitchen
I
floor.
know the sleeping bag was on the kitchen floor, but I didn't know they put him in it. I didn't see him after that because I went to the bathroom.
What were you thinking?
I was scared.
What were you scared of? There was no threat
I was scared
at the time
of
that,
Mike.
but there was no threat at the time. Seth wasn't even there. So what are you being afraid of? Seth wasn't even there. There was nothing for Mike. Mike, you said, Mike told me I love you both. He would never do anything to hurt you. What were you thinking about getting Seth up there?
I don't know. I wasn't at the time.
Did you just hate Seth that bad?
I didn't hate him. I was hurt.
Why were you hurt? What happened?
Because every time he's hit me, he told me he gave me an STD. And I got tested, but it came up negative. But then he kept trashing my name. I lost all my friends to him. Everybody that I was so close with didn't talk to me anymore.
So that's why you agreed to do this, because you were mad at him for that? I'm just asking, between me and you, is that why? Was that your reasoning behind it? Was just you were mad at him?
I had no reason behind it.
You didn't have any reason?
I really didn't.
I need to know who bought the bleach. Where'd the bleach come from?
I don't know who bought the bleach.
How much does James Wright or James Havens know about this? Your stepdad, James Haven?
I don't know what he knows about it.
Who have you talked about this with?
It's Charlie,
Just Charlie?
Kyle, and that's it.
Roach?
I haven't talked to him since he left. And then Mike disappeared. And I've only been around Charlie and Kyle.
When you get up Monday morning, what did you do?
I sat there and cried.
Then what did you do?
And me and Charlie left and went to Chris's house.
Go to your mom?
And went to my mom's for dinner because she asked me to go eat with her.
Does your mom know about this? Alright, I want to make sure nobody's promised you anything. Nobody's promised you a deal, anything like that. Nobody's, for you telling me that you're part in this, nobody promised you anything. Nobody, you were aware of your rights. You did freely and voluntarily is what I'm getting at. I didn't threaten to beat you. I didn't make threats against you, anything like that. This came of your own free will that you decided to tell the truth. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just hold on a minute and I'll be back, alright?
I had to. They knew we were lying. They knew it the whole damn time.
What they said to you.
So we interviewed Amber. Did she leave it?
No, actually.
says we've interviewed Amber, Charlie, and now you can't now. I know you're lying to me. I know all of y'all lying to me. And now we cannot help you unless you tell me every detail and the whole story.
She told me, like, I already told her every detail. And I was like, what did he tell you?
I told her everything.
She started from whenever Brandon was there playing the guitar. And she was like, if you lie to me, I will walk out here and I won't give a shit what happens to you.
That's exactly what she said to me.
Yeah, they made me spill everything out.
I had to. I had no choice.
I didn't clean up anything, and he keeps asking me, did you clean up anything? And I was like, no, I've been in my room.
That's what I told him.
And I'm like, me and Amber have been in the room. We didn't see blood. We didn't see anything. No, I told her I cleaned because she knows I cleaned it.
Well, I told her that too. I wasn't going to do that.
Did you tell her I cleaned the floor?
Well, I told her.
I told her I only cleaned the door.
I told her every single detail that I know, and I don't know about the bleach situation. They kept on asking me.
They kept asking me where the bleach came from. I was like, I don't know. She's like, you're lying to me. I was like, I really don't know where the bleach came from.
I told her the same exact thing. I didn't know when I got to that house, when I started living there, that bleach was there. As far as I knew.
She was like, does your mom know about this? I can say because we're all screwed. I want to get in touch with my mother-in-law. She's fucking in school.
Hey, listen.
Within days of discovering Seath's remains, Marion County Sheriff's deputies arrested 6 individuals: Michael Bargo, Amber Wright, Kyle Hooper, Charlie Ellie, Justin Soto, and James Havens III. Because of the severity of the crime, all 6 defendants were charged as adults with first-degree murder. Michael Bargo was tried first in August 2013. Prosecutors presented evidence that he was the ringleader who orchestrated the murder. Kyle Hooper testified against him as part of a plea deal. Bargo was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death, making him one of the youngest people on death row in Florida. Amber Wright went to trial in December 2012. The jury found Amber Wright guilty of first-degree murder. In February 2013, she was sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. Charlie Ellie pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in 2012 and was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Kyle Hooper cooperated with prosecutors and testified against the others. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Justin Soto was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. James Havens III, who helped dispose of evidence after the murder, pleaded no contest to accessory after the fact and was sentenced to time served and probation. In March 2013, just weeks after her sentencing, Amber Wright gave her first and only interview to British journalist Piers Morgan for his CNN program. Amber Wright is serving her life sentence without parole at Lowell Correctional Institution in Ocala, Florida. Michael Bargo remains on death row at Union Correctional Institution, though his death sentence has been subject to ongoing appeals. Charlie Ellie and Justin Soto continue serving life sentences without parole. Kyle Hooper is serving life with the possibility of parole after 25 years. James Havens completed his sentence and probation. Seath Jackson was 15 years old when his life was taken by people he considered friends and someone he had once cared about. He went to a house on April 17, 2011, thinking he might reconcile with his ex-girlfriend. Instead, he walked into a trap that ended his life. The murder of Seath Jackson stands as one of Florida's most disturbing cases of teen violence. 6 young people made choices that night that destroyed multiple lives. Not just Seath's, but their own and those of their families. Amber Wright's role in luring Seath to his death represents a betrayal that shocked the community and the nation. Despite her claims in a Piers Morgan interview that she did not know what would happen, the evidence presented at trial and her life sentences reflect the severity of her participation in a premeditated murder. Seath's family continues to honor his memory, ensuring that he is remembered not for how he died, but for who he was. A 15-year-old boy with his whole life ahead of him. Thank you for watching my video and stay tuned for the next video in my series, Too Young for Murder.